What's going on, guys? ChaseWins.com coming to you for Saturday, December the 7th. It is Championship Saturday, College Football Conference Championship Saturday. Guys, the end of the season is here. It is now official. After this, all we will have is the college football playoffs, which essentially started last night, in my opinion, and we'll have our bowl games. But other than that, college football for the season is basically coming to an end. So congratulations to everyone that's been on board for probably, if not the very best, one of the very best seasons that we've ever had on record. It was a great year. There were lows just like there were highs, but overall there were a lot more highs than lows. And we're going to go out with a bang for this regular season. It is my final NCAA football game of the month. And it is a play that I released late last night. It's a play that I've been looking at. I started overlooking the matchup last week. And then when the line came out, I was intrigued. But there were a few questions with three different players on one of the sides, not necessarily true injury question. It was more or less bumps and bruises from a little more of a physical matchup that this team had to deal with that I guess they weren't dealing with week in and week out. So the questions just arose. They missed one day of practice, and that is what sparked concern. So I followed it very closely until yesterday, and then when I got word that not only were they 100% cleared to play, but they were on the roster for Saturday, I pulled the trigger on this particular game. So it is on the website. It is, the write-up is there. The play is there. It is $100, but it comes with a 7-day guarantee. So if for some odd reason this game were to lose, you do not have to worry. Your money will not be spent in vain because you will get a full week, 7-day pass of all plays, all premium plays, all daily top plays in all sports. Those packages are $99 alone. So either way, what will happen is you will step out on this game and it will win. If for some unforeseen chance it does not, you will get 7 days of all plays to make sure that not only you recoup your loss, but then you will turn a profit. So there will be no reason to freak out, to flip out, to get into the degenerate mindset and send a ton of emails or text messages telling me that something lost, because you will be in the positives when it's said and done no matter what. So we've got that. I'm going to leave it on the site. I have to leave this afternoon, which I kept saying 3 o'clock yesterday for some reason. It's not the case. I don't actually fly out until 6:04 p.m. It's a very short flight, about an hour and 11 minutes to Philadelphia. Then I have a dinner meeting with an attorney, and after that, it's catch some sleep as best I can, work on Sunday's games beforehand, catch a little sleep, and then up at the very crack of dawn to get on a plane and head to San Diego for the winter meetings. So I will be available for email, stuff like that, until about 3 p.m. before I call it a day. Going to try to spend as much time with my family today as possible before I leave out for a few days. And but games are almost done. Got some college basketball I still have to do, but plays will be up soon. But you can purchase this play until 3 p.m. Eastern time. That's when I'll be pulling it off the site, and we will go hammer it. As I said, I am going to the MLB winter meetings. So starting tomorrow through Tuesday, if you do email me, you will get a response. It's going to be business as normal, other than I won't be doing my normal videos and live shows for a couple of days. But just please be patient with me in the regard that it may take me a little more time to respond to your emails based on a time difference and how busy my schedule is while I'm out there. But don't worry, plays are coming as normal. Winning is coming as normal. That will not change whatsoever. So live shows have gone really good this week. We are actually leaning more towards the live show type of thing versus doing a daily free play video. Still doing free play videos, but we are leaning to doing more hour to hour and a half long live shows throughout the week and providing free plays and recaps during those versus just doing these type of videos. So keep that in mind. Every one of them is archived, so you always can go back and watch them if you cannot tune in live. So let's get into a recap from yesterday. It was a good day. We did drop one big play, but overall profit was turned, and that's all that matters. So we'll start with NCAA football. Big premium play was Oregon, Utah over 45 points. A few people got it at 45.5, they told me, but either way, it was a nice winner. We also gave two big leans on Oregon +7 and Oregon money line +220. Start to finish, easy winners there. So a good day in college football, sweeping the board. We'll get into the NBA. Brooklyn Nets -2.5. A couple of people got it at 3, they said, and their book would not allow them to buy it down. Either way, winner. Miami Heat -9.5 was the loss that we took. We had the Boston Celtics -3, nice winner. Lakers -4, nice winner. Told everybody, we had a small lean on the Bulls, but I told everybody in the live show yesterday what scared me was Steve Kerr coming back home and his players getting up for it. And that they did. Zach LaVine still shot well. Kobe White shot well. So the Bulls didn't play a bad game. A little more low scoring than we're accustomed to with a team that's as fast paced as Chicago is, and a team that essentially doesn't play defense. But that's what I was scared of, and that's what came true. We get into college basketball. We take an underdog in Columbia +3. They cover that spread. USF -8 was a nice winner. We did take 2 losses. We did have Duke and Virginia Tech over 142.5. It landed directly on 140. There was a lot of missed free throws that shouldn't have been. If we could have just made 50% of those free throws, it would have gone well over 150. So I do not regret that play whatsoever. Put that in the bad beat category. A very freshman-heavy team, as well as a team that's in rebuild, but a team that I told you would be the sleeper in this year's ACC, and I still hold true to that in Virginia Tech. So it's not necessarily a surprise they're going through some growing pains, but missing free throws, I don't care if you're a freshman, a senior, junior, sophomore, doesn't matter. You can't miss free throws at that caliber. You are a D1 NCAA basketball player in the most dominant conference in college basketball. You're in the ACC. You made it to Duke. Virginia Tech's not something to overly brag about in the grand scheme of college basketball history, but guess what? You're still a D1 player on scholarship in the ACC in basketball. You make your damn free throws. I would be losing it as a coach. Either way, it didn't come through, and then we lost the top play on Central Michigan -9.5. They ended up winning by 9, so we lost to the hook there. I didn't think we needed to buy the hook. Usually I would recommend buying the hook in that situation, but we didn't. They played some very poor defense in the beginning, which I think not only allowed them to be down a lot of the first half. Had they played defense, I think they truthfully would have been up by 10 or double digits going into halftime, but they didn't. They played really good at the end of the game, but that hook killed us. Also, one missed shot right there at the end, which could have put us at 11. So it is what it is. We take it on the chin. Not a big deal. I hate that we lost it. We very rarely lose our top plays, especially in a sport like college basketball. But nevertheless, we brought it right back to get it into profitability with 2 NHL plays, Edmonton Oilers, which I gave out for free on the live show, and the Washington Capitals, both winners. So still a profitable day. We just should have had that top play winner to make it a fantastic day overall, but we will get it back today. Like I said, NCAA football, game of the month. Been rocking and rolling in these big top plays, and this will be the final game of the month that we have for college football. There's still the possibility, who knows what's going to happen with lines and teams from now going forward. There's still the possibility we could have another game of the week, maybe 2, but as far as game of the month, this will be our final one, and obviously we only have one game of the year, and that was back mid-season with Minnesota, and so that was done and gone in a winner. The game that I like today that I want to give you for free that is on the card is within this Ohio State and Wisconsin Big Ten Championship. Very intriguing matchup. We've got who I've been saying since before the season even started, who was the best team in the country, and that was Ohio State, because they were the only true complete team that was an elite team. You've got other teams that are complete teams, and by complete I mean they're a very sound offense, very sound defense, special teams, coaching, everything. You have teams like Baylor that are that. You have teams like Minnesota that are that. But are they truly an elite team? And the problem is, when you get into the nuts and bolts of it, no, they're not, because they cannot hang with elite competition week in and week out. They can beat good competition. They can beat great competition. But can they beat elite competition? Because that's what Ohio State is. They are if not the absolute best offense in college football. They're within the top three, no doubt. Same goes for defense, best special teams in college football, and best overall coaching staff in college football. You know, opinions are one thing, and everybody's titled to an opinion, but those are facts. So if you disagree with it, it's just wrong. LSU, great offense, not much defense there. Georgia, great defense, or at least well above average, not much offense, and that's not Jake Fromm's fault. Clemson, great offense, in my opinion, not much defense. You can hear about all these records and statistics of how their defensive efficiency is, but let's face it. They don't have to defend anyone. They're playing in the ACC. So, again, that's a little bit of a manufactured, accomplishment. Anyway, I think this total's too low. We all know that Ohio State can hang points on anyone and everyone. A team averaging well over 40 points a game. I don't see that average slowing down at all today. Now, here is the thing that we have on the defensive end. Do I think Wisconsin is going to struggle offensively? I do. But I do think that Wisconsin, coming into the season with so much hype and so much to look forward to and hope for as far as playoff implications and national championship hopes and Big Ten championship hopes, that they're going to be out for blood. They know that they can't win a national championship. I don't see how mathematically they could be in the college football playoffs. So this is their Super Bowl. This is their national championship. They get to play the best team not only in their conference but in the nation. And they get to win a championship and take this team out of number one if they do so. So this is a big, big deal for them. And I think they're going to get up for it. I think in the first half we could see them struggle a little bit. I do think that Wisconsin has a talented enough team and a good enough coaching staff to make adjustments to be able to find success on the offensive end, in which they would struggle in the first half after halftime adjustments. And in that case, I think they will find the end zone multiple times. I also do not think that Ohio State is going to go for broke on this one. They know that all they have to do is win. Style points mean nothing right now for them. They've made it this far. They've had an undefeated season. They are number one in the country. They are playing for a championship. They could win by 1. They could win by 100. One thing is for sure, and it will not change, that they will be the number one team going into the playoffs with a win. For other teams like a Clemson and LSU and teams that are battling for are they in, are they not in, style points mean a little something. The committee cannot take Ohio State out of the number one spot if they win. They just can't. So Ohio State is going to get to play the number 4 team in the opening round, which is good for them. But they know that just because it's the number 4 team and they should win, they're going to have to go for broke to ensure that win. In this game, when they create some separation, they get up by 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, who knows, maybe by 4 touchdowns. I think they call off the dogs a bit. I think they just want to ensure the win. I think they want to rest up a bit. I think they want to ensure the safety of their players. Because I'm telling you, this is going to be a very physical game. I would not be surprised if we see a lot of bumps, a lot of bruises, and some potential injuries here, guys. Wisconsin's going to be out for blood. Ohio State knows it, and Ohio State doesn't want to risk it if they don't have to, which means create a separation as early as possible, go into the later portions of the game, not having to play all of your starters for a full 60 minutes. That's their goal. And if they do so, then that's going to make it even easier for Wisconsin to put up points. Not saying they're going to have a chance to win, because I don't think they will, but it'll allow them to score points. At a total of 56.5 that we know Ohio State can put up by themselves, I don't see a world where Wisconsin doesn't find the end zone at least twice. So I do truly believe that this game not only goes over this total, it would not surprise me to see this game get into the 70s. even if it is a low-scoring, very defensive, hard-fought first-half battle, at some point during this game, the ball's going to get aired out, and it's going to get aired out on both sides of the ball, even more so with Ohio State. They are a ground-and-pound team that wants to beat the brakes off of you for 60 minutes. Air it out when they can just for style points and just as a big middle finger to you, but they want to wear you out. They want to ground and pound you. That is their MO. This week, they change that MO a little bit. Let's keep our stud running back, our stud quarterback off the field as much as we can to prevent any unlikely scenarios happening that would hinder us moving forward in the playoffs to a national championship and winning it. Let's keep them safe. Let's keep them healthy. Let's keep them rested as much as possible. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to go up by 2 touchdowns and bench them. But if they go up by 2 touchdowns next possession, they'd rather rely on their defense, go out there, air it out, an 8-play drive, air it out, score it, get the offense right back off the field to ensure that for that time they are safe. Teams are going to air the ball out. I see that in at least 2 of the 4 quarters we will see. I see points being put up, and I see the total flying over 56.5. So this is a premium play, guys. It was the first one locked in on the card for today as far as premium plays, and we're going to roll with it. Ohio State, Wisconsin over 56.5 is your premium play. Lock it in, cash the ticket, and I will do my best to do a video for tomorrow. If I do not, I'll post a free play on Twitter, and you will see me next stop from San Diego, California in the MLB winter meetings. I love you guys. Go jump on the MLB game of the NCAA football game of the month. You have till 3 p.m. to purchase it. $100 win or get 7 days of all plays in all sports absolutely free. Love you guys. I mean it. I'll see you from San Diego. I'll be back mid next week, and we'll be back to normal with our live shows and everything else. Thank you for all the support, and I will see you later.